In the face of such overwhelming odds, what are citizens to do? How can we face off with mighty corporations who are protected by the law, acted on behalf of by politicians, and spoken for in the media? It might be easy to despair, but there is a long history of citizens who fought to regain control over corporations. Their legacy continues.
What we need to have is the law eliminate the employer's right to coerce workers, fire workers when there's an organizing campaign or have any say in it, in the question. Give the workers the freedom to make their decision without any interference by the employer. That's the first thing.
Most fundamental thing that we can do in terms of reforming the election system would be to set some spending limits and to create free airtime for candidates that would give them the venue for real information, real dialogue and discussion with the public. I think that we need to do more in our education system to teach young students to be citizens, what it means to be a citizen of a democratic state, and that there are certain responsibilities that go with that.
I mean, the whole thing really is a numbers game. The more people you have, the better chance you have of being heard. And it's going to take people who are interested in different issues to get together and see what else is going on that they don't know about.
Well, I think you'll have to have coalitions to make fundamental changes or even small changes, because very few organizations on their own have the resources and means to make those changes.
I've got a lot of friends in environmentalist groups, you know, around the area, around Ohio, because we've had something common to look at, and therefore, because you've got the common ground, then you can start to see their viewpoints and stuff too.
Everybody needs to give back to their community, either socially, financially, or politically, and I don't think we do that anymore. So, you know, I think you need to get everybody from the soccer moms to doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs and people that work in factories. Everybody, I think, needs to get involved.
And I think where students come in is to not just organize for their own interests, but to unite with other non-students so that we can, you know, share our common bonds.
We're paying the price because we have allowed corporations to amass so much power, and we have to find ways of taking those basic rights away from them, whether that's taking away the 14th Amendment rights of equal protection or the First Amendment rights of free speech, and extending those rights to people more and more and taking them away from corporations. And until we start doing that and figure out ways of doing that, we're going to always be playing around the edges.
There's so much going on right now, it can be very overwhelming, but at the same time, that feeling of overwhelming can also be a spark for someone to just start to do something. So, you know, it's kind of it's a problem, but an opportunity as well.
And I think the main thing is for people to A, be educated about what's going on so they realize that there's a lot of things that really need to be changed, and B, to get that motivation to actually go out and change them instead of just, you know, rant about it in the room or something and then not go and do anything.
In the end, we must come to terms with what we are up against. We cannot solve a problem unless we first correctly understand it. It's too easy to be immersed in whatever micro-pitched battle we may be involved in and lose sight of the macro perspective. Citizens aren't in charge. We don't live in a democracy. We don't have control over the basic decisions, political and economic, that affect our lives. There are structural impediments to authentic democracy, be they legal or constitutional. The sooner we become aware of these impediments, of these structural impediments, the more effective we can become at envisioning and strategizing for a better future. What is left of our democracy is at stake.
For more information, please contact any of the following organizations.
more than what we have now with private donations is